So we've talked about submitting to literary agents. Now we're going to talk about submitting to publishers. And this is for you if you are a writer of any book length manuscript. Hello, my name is Sophie. I'm a published author, a book publisher in Australia, former literary agent and bookseller. And I'm doing this publishing bootcamp series to provide information on how to get published. This is lesson number 13. Submitting to publishers is not dissimilar to submitting to agents, no surprise there. So you could go back and watch my video about submitting to agents if you wish. Otherwise, you can just stay on this one. And I'm going to say to you that as with submitting to agents, you should look at the submission guidelines on publishing companies' websites to find out what they are looking for. They may not be looking for, say, children's books in any given moment, or they may not be looking for romance or crime or whatever it is. Read the submission guidelines carefully. I can tell you, as someone who looks at submissions for the publishing company I work at, a lot of people ignore those sorts of guidelines. They send in things that we're not looking for, and it clutters up inboxes, and it's very frustrating. You can hear Australian birds in the background because wildlife in the suburbs. If you're not sure which publishing companies exist, you can find out by going to the Australian Publishers Association website, or you can go to your local library and look at some books that are set in Australia or are written by Australian authors, and look at the imprint page, which is the page after the title page, and there will be the details there of the publishing company. As with agents, submit to a publisher who is publishing the sort of book you are writing. That means if you are writing a commercial crime novel, do not submit it to a very small literary press that is looking for literary fiction or something like poetry or short story collections. Questions come up over and over again when I give talks or I'm at events with writers saying, well, I just want to know which publishing companies are out there. You're going to have to do some research. Sorry, there's no other way to make this easy for you, but if you care about your work, you will do the research because you want your manuscript to go to the right publisher. There is no magic wand in any of this process. There's no magic wand to get you an agent or get you a publisher. You're going to have to do some research. And if you care about your work, you will. Writing is a lot of work. It's a lot of tough work. It involves rejection. It involves self-doubt. And sometimes it involves success. But mainly, it's a bit of a grind. But it's a grind worth doing if you love it, right? If you enjoy the writing process, if you love telling stories, it's a grind worth doing. I'm trying to not sugarcoat anything here in these videos because I think some of the difficulty that writers run into is having these hammocks and scented candles ideas about how writing works. It can be very much a grind. It's a decision you have to make every single day of your writing life, to get up and say, I commit to this, I recommit to this, and I'm going to do the very best by the work I am writing. Right, that's been a bit of a rant. Read the submission guidelines. That's all. Bye.